If you have ever bought a fidget toy that looked fun online, but ended up feeling flimsy, sticky, or boring after 5 minutes, you already know the frustration. The whole point is to give your hands something satisfying and calming, not something that gets tossed in a drawer. That is why this little lava-style squeeze toy is worth a closer look, especially if you want something simple, tactile, and a bit more visually fun than the average stress toy. The Schylling Lava Squish and Flow is a small squeeze toy designed to feel like a handheld lava lamp. It sits in the novelty and squeeze toy category, and the appeal is pretty straightforward. You squeeze it, watch the material move, and get that soft, sensory feedback that people usually want from a desk toy, stress reliever, or casual fidget item. It is recommended for ages 3 and up, with the usual small parts warning, so this is something to use with adult supervision for younger kids. What this really solves is that restless hands problem. Maybe you fidget while working, studying, watching TV, or sitting in the car, and you want something more engaging than a basic foam stress ball. The lava-style flow gives you both motion and texture, so it is not just squeeze and release over and over. It gives your hands something to do, and for some people that can make short breaks feel more calming and a lot less mindless. It also works well for kids who enjoy sensory toys, as long as an adult is keeping an eye on younger users. The biggest feature here is the squishy, flowing interior, and the benefit is that it creates a more satisfying tactile experience than a lot of plain squeeze toys. One review said, "I had no idea how satisfying squeezing it would be," and that really gets to the point. Another shopper said, "It's a great texture and great quality product," which matters because texture is everything in this category. If the feel is wrong, the toy fails. There is also mention of a glow-in-the-dark version, with one reviewer calling it super fun, kinda small but addictive, and saying the glow in the dark looks so cool. So if you want a toy that is not just soft but also visually interesting, that is part of the appeal. And if you are someone who likes little sensory details, one customer even mentioned a small sound it makes when squeezed from the bottom, which added to the satisfaction for them. This seems best for quick, casual use rather than intense, heavy-duty stress relief. Picture it on a work desk during calls, in a backpack for school breaks, in the living room for screen time fidgeting, or as a small novelty gift or stocking stuffer. One reviewer said the lava lamp shape fit nicely in the hand and seemed durable, which makes it sound especially good for people who want something they can pick up and put down throughout the day. It is also a decent option for anyone who likes sensory toys that are fun to look at, not just fun to squeeze. On the listing, this product shows a 3.8 out of 5 rating from 216 customer ratings, so the feedback is mixed but substantial enough to be useful. It also carries strong listing signals like Amazon's choice and bestseller visibility, and it ranks at number 40 in squeeze toys, which tells you it is getting plenty of attention in its category. The positive comments are pretty consistent on the same themes: texture, fun factor, and satisfying feel. Real snippets include, "It's a great texture and great quality product. I had no idea how satisfying squeezing it would be," and "The lava lamp nicely in my hand, and it seems to be very durable." That does not make it perfect, but it does suggest the core idea works for a lot of buyers. This is not for someone expecting a large sensory toy, a premium collector item, or something built for rough, constant use by very young kids. One of the positive reviews even mentioned it is kinda small, so size is something to keep in mind. It is also not a great fit if you are shopping for children under 3, because the listing clearly warns about small parts and says adult supervision is needed. And if you are extremely picky about durability in squeeze toys, the 3.8 rating should tell you to keep expectations realistic rather than assuming this is flawless. My advice is to look at this as a fun, tactile novelty item with some stress relief value, not as a miracle product. If the current listing details line up with what you want, especially the size, color option, and age guidance, it looks like a reasonable buy for someone who enjoys sensory fidgets. The value here comes from the feel and the visual flow, so double-check that those are the reasons you are buying. If you want something bigger, tougher, or more therapeutic, you may want to keep comparing options before deciding. Overall, the Schylling Lava Squish and Flow looks like a simple but appealing squeeze toy that gets the basics right for many buyers. Satisfying texture, fun movement, and easy grab-and-go use. Consider it if you want a small sensory toy for casual fidgeting and you are okay with a product that has some mixed feedback. Keep comparing if size, long-term durability, or age suitability are major concerns for you. And I am curious, when you shop for a squeeze toy, what is your biggest deal breaker? Size, texture, durability, or mess?